them. They just didn't have the patience to wait. The ambulance, they didn't understand the fly car had life-saving equipment and medicines on it. The mother-in-law who's the nurse said, I didn't know that. I said that, they could have intervened immediately. The backup was right there, it was coming right to get him to move. They decided to put the baby in the car and go to the hospital themselves. So once I spoke to the mother and I spoke to the mother-in-law and then I posted the system there, that's what I thought was appropriate to do, just to let everybody know that that's how we do it. She got bothered so much by people calling her, she took her post down. So, but that's why I hate doing things on social media.
Can I ask a clarifying question? When a call comes in right away, does the ambulance automatically start coming,
No.
or do they
It
wait?
goes to 60 control.
Okay.
Once 60 control gets it, which is simultaneous to you calling 911, then it gets dispatched.
Okay.
The second incident, that's a good question because it shows what it did in the second incident, was a modified football game last week where a young child, before I even get into that incident, I told the mother she should be speaking to the school because we don't know the modified schedule. If the school wants an ambulance there, Empress will comply. There may be a fee, but maybe they need to build that into their budgeting process because they're going to have to have
Right.
it. We have the varsity games and we will
The JV
provide
too.
the ambulance there for backup in the fly car. So the second incident was last week, child on the ground. Again, the mother thought they called it 6 p.m. They didn't really call it 6 p.m. I have actually the details right here. Let me read them to you because I think it's important to know that it was pretty quick, believe it or not. Okay, the call was logged in at 6:10. The fly car was called at 6:11 from 60 control, so a minute difference. The fly car got there at 6:18, 7 minutes after the call. The backup at Empress was notified at 6:12 that they needed a backup. What they didn't do is call 60 control for a mutual aid ambulance to see if they could draw from somewhere else. They had a unit in the bay. They told that unit, get restocked, get ready to go, and move out, instead of calling, at the same time calling 60 control. That was a mistake. They've re-educated everybody to that mistake. And actually, I got a personal apology from the owner, which I offered to the person who was posted it, but they didn't, that was okay. So that was their mistake. The unit left Yonkers at 6:20 and they got there at 6:36. So it wasn't 45 minutes, it was 24 minutes all told for the whole incident. But of course, when it's your child and you're in trauma, it can seem like an eternity. I'm not, saying,
just
Right.
slows
it
down.
slows down for you when it's your child. So she was satisfied with the response, but, hopes that we will improve it. And I did share with her that we're taking steps to do it, et cetera, and that we take this very seriously.
And that child's fine.
Yes, he was fine. Yes, he went to Jacoby.
Good.
She also complained about Jacoby, but I said, well, we have nothing to do about that.
Right.
She had a friend who was able to get him in faster, because, Jacoby is a trauma center.
Yeah.
There were
Right.
people all over.
Yeah.
But the fly car did stabilize him, so he wasn't in imminent danger at that minute. But again, it's your child, so. So those are the two incidents that happened. I hate them on social media, but that's the way the world is now, so have to deal with it.
And thank God they're all.
And they're
Yes.
both fine. The baby was fine as soon as I got to the hospital. I think gave him epinephrine, which the fly car could have given him.
Done.
Which is, I said, that fly car could have treated him right then and there.
Maybe
Yeah.
we can do some educating on what the fly car can do.
I mean, I don't know
That could be
how.
part of it,
Yeah,
yeah.
it could be. I mean, I think in the steps we're taking,
Yeah.
it may be a different whole look.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
not,
so maybe
you
we
know,
hold off,
I
yeah.
think we have to wait
Yeah.
to
Right.
see what decision this
You're
board
right.
makes as we move forward.
Okay. Thank
Any
you.
questions on that? But if you see anything, because I don't go on MOPS immediately
Right.
in the morning or POPs, but if you see anything, please
I'll let
forward
you
it
know.
to me. Rudy did forward it to me a little after Maura. So I was like, thank you very much, because sometimes they don't come up in my feed, I don't know
I know.
why.
Yeah,
but-
it has.
Yeah. So,
Especially if you don't know the person.
yeah,
sometimes.
one I knew immediately who they
Right.
were. I was like, oh no, I know this family,
Yeah.
so. Do you want me to talk about anything else?
Should we talk about the RFP now?
Okay. You want to do it? Go ahead.
Okay,
It's on
so you all know that we've been having various meetings with various people, various residents, and the police chiefs and the fire chiefs and the village administrators. At the last meeting, we finally got to a point where we had to put together an RFP, and the fire chief and the fire captain of the village of Pelham, along with the administrator of the Pelham, put together an RFP. We, meaning Ray and I, had a meeting with the two residents who are very familiar with RFPs
NEMS.
and EMS. And actually, one of the fellows was on Zoom because he was at a convention. And we refined it even more, took out certain things, put in certain things, because if we left it the way it was, it would have been, some people would not have quoted on it because there was too much in there. And some of it should be in a contract, not in an RFP. So we did that, and what you received from Ray is the current finished product of the RFP. I know Councilwoman Burke read it through, which
did.
I applaud you very much.
I did too.
God bless
Laura
you.
did too. So when we do have that quiz later on in the meeting, we will ask them what.
Right.
So at this point, I think we need a resolution, we need an approval, a motion to issue the RFP. And sorry, and Tom was involved in it too.
Yes, Tom
I'm
reviewed it.
I'm
It
sorry.
doesn't look like our regular RFPs, but it meets the
No,
requirement.
that's different.
Oh,
You're talking about a
oh, I'm
resolution.
talking about the other thing.
We never did an RFP, you and I. So anyway,
Do you want to?
I need a motion.
So we haven't had one in a long time.
Oh. Do you know the last time?
What?
An RFP?
For a proposal? No, I don't remember.
Yeah,
That kind of answers your Kara.
Yeah.
High.
high end.
That kind of answers you.
So, before you do that, when do you want to issue this, and when do you want it to be returned by?
I want to issue it as soon as the board approves it.
So, okay, so tomorrow. Well, no, we have to put it in the paper. We have to,
Publish it.
yeah, with,
And can I put a codicil to that? Can I just call Ray Florida tomorrow and make sure that the resolution doesn't have to be in?
First?
Yes,
That's a good point. So maybe we got to talk about the resolution.
okay.
We'll talk about the resolution.
We are going to establish the Pelham community in order to facilitate this RFP and have more people respond to it than just one company, and make ourselves a municipal, I don't even know the words myself.
Unicon.
A municon, a municipal area of our own that allows us to do this. So Ray Florida, who was one of our council, or committee members, ran the EMS in Rockland, and they have a lot of state contacts, and he reached out and he gave us the actual sample resolution, how it has to be written and what needs to be attached. Tom looked at it. That doesn't look like our typical resolutions, but Tom said it's fine, we can do it that way. I had an email back and forth with Annie today about what needs to be attached to that and on it, but I'll make sure with Ray before we send it to them, exactly what we need in that envelope to go, okay? So
So-
we need,
I need someone to make a proposal, to pass the resolution
we
of the,
need to read it first, right?
okay. The resolution is following, and you all have it in front of you. Whereas the town board of the town of Pelham has determined that it is necessary and appropriate in the best interest of the public safety and welfare to obtain operating authority in connection with the provision of ambulance services to the residents of the town of Pelham, including the village of Pelham and the village of Pelham Manor, Westchester County, New York. Whereas that the town board of Pelham hereby authorizes the supervisor of the town to file a copy of this resolution with the New York State Department of Health and complete, execute, and file any and all documents necessary to obtain municipal ambulance services operating authority for the town of Pelham. Whereas the coverage of EMS ambulance service will encompass the areas within the town and both village borders as is indicated on the attached map. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. So, now that we've done that, and now that you got the RFP, you will call Ray
I
Florida.
will call Ray Florida tomorrow. I will ask him if we need this prior to sending it out, or if we could do it we probably could do it simultaneously, but I just want his advice.
I need a motion to approve the RFP.
I move to approve the RFP.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I thought it was extremely thorough and well done. So
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank
really
you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Only
Go ahead.
question I had is
Yes.
holding their feet to the fire if they don't have
Yes.
the response time. It was like 8 minutes or something. It's like generally that's when they're gonna. You
Is
know.
that for the fly car in there?
No, the RFP, I thought
It was I saw it.
I thought we addressed that.
I did see something about.
It does say they have to file a report
Mm-hmm.
and all of that, but I guess is there any
Well, you would,
penalties or anything like
Well,
that?
that could be contractual.
And
more
that
than
could be
in our-
contractual.
I would.
Yes.
That's what we
and-
talked about.
Yeah, and that's,
I think
Yeah.
we did
Because-
touch on that, yes.
Right.
but that's where we said that should be in a contract.
right,
Contract,
like some,
yeah.
yeah,
I
okay.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not like they completely get off the hook. They do have to file a report and an explanation.
Correct.
But then it'd be really nice to say, and then there's some real serious ramifications if maybe that happens
If it's
more than one.
continuous.
Right, exactly.
Good note.
Yeah.
We'll make sure that's in. Thanks,
Any other
Kristen.
discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No. All right, thank you. I think,
Nice
I
job.
think there's
Thank
been a
you.
lot of work done
Really
on this.
great,
and
great,
we-
great job.
it's
Very
been, I
impressive.
think it's been a full-time job, I feel like.
Yes.
Yes, and it's been a bird, it's like sitting on my shoulder. I will just say something very complimentary about every department in both villages when this incident happened with this baby. The response from every chief, fire chief in both villages, police chief in both villages, was wonderful. And it gave me like a lift to say, okay, we can all deal with this together because we're all on it together. So it was really a pleasant response from them.
I actually got that response in Manor Market from the fire chief. We happened to be buying sandwiches together, so,
Yes, he's
They
a
were-
pleasure to work
yeah,
with.
they were very concerned.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's
Thank
a
you,
lot of work
everyone.
there.
Yeah,
Thank
good
Okay,
job,
good,
Ray.
Thank
good.
you. Well,
And
Dan
Dan
too, and
and
Rudy,
Tom.
and everybody else who helped on it. So I will
That's
bring you
really
kudos
great.
back to the committee.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Councilwoman McLaughlin on recreation.
Thank you. October was a very busy month. The seniors had 23 round-trip van usage for medical visits. They had several fun outings, one to Arthur Avenue, 2 for shopping. Then they had a movie day and an arts and crafts day. And then a Halloween luncheon hosted by the rec department. They, on their own, the senior group organized a trip to a casino in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which was very well attended. We're working with Ed Doty on some intergenerational events that we're figuring out who would be interested. They already have 6 or 7 seniors that want to sign on and several youth. So
Yep.
they're thinking, 5th, 6th grade.
The student government at Hutchinson School is going to be visiting with the seniors this month.
That's
Oh,
great.
very
That's
exciting,
so-
very exciting.
So wonderful.
We want to thank the Pelham Recreation Department and Pelham Chamber of Commerce and the Newcomers Club for having a very eventful October 29th Halloween celebration, which kicked off with a party at Shore Park, then went to a trunk or treat party with all the members of the Chamber of Commerce, and then the Pelham Rec parade down Fifth
Was
Avenue.
it well attended?
Very well attended. They said well over 300 people. They lost count at some point. And most of the people went from one event to the other to the other. So it was really exciting for all. It was a nicely coordinated and filled with much community spirit, and several hundred people participated, as I said. The Pelham Rec Department and the Chamber of Commerce will be partnering again on November 26th for the tree lighting, caroling, and Shop Local Saturday event. That is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Please note that day is different this year. The tree lighting, again, will be on November 26th. There will be a holiday party on December 2nd for children with special needs, and more details for that can be found on the rec website. In other rec news, the rec department has stepped up to provide afternoon care at all of the elementary schools during the school half days. There have been 2 so far. I think there were 2 or 3 more planned. And they handled that from 1 to 3 p.m. and then the regular after-school programming took over after that. Pickleball fall sessions have been incredibly busy, basically waiting room only. They're hoping to secure space at Hutchinson School on Saturday mornings for the winter, so they can continue indoors. Last weekend was the Pelham Cup for the Pelham Rec Soccer, and that is always one of the highlights of the Pelham Rec Soccer, and congratulations to all the winners. I know what is usually a very fun and spirited season ends up getting a little bit competitive on it.
I stopped by to do some scouting. Some little cuties out
Registration is currently open for youth and adult winter sports, youth after-school activities, and also the February and April break camps. So the Mud Week and then the Easter Passover break that's the first week in April. Signups are on the website, or you can call the rec department with any questions at 914-738-0153.
How are they doing with the online registration? Did that
Fine.
it got
Yes.
all?
Oh, yes. It's very difficult to do on your phone.
Oh,
So
but
if you
you're-
go on your computer and do it, it's
Oh.
very easy.
Okay.
So I think the idea of putting money into redo the website or adapt the website, so then you can also do it on your phone. It's not mobile friendly,
Okay.
okay?
Can you read into the record about the Marshall Award, please?
Oh, yes. The Marshall Award, would you like to do it?
No?
No, okay. The Marshall Award, which is awarded periodically from nominations from the community for someone who has given his or her time, energy, expertise, and overall goodwill to the recreation department and the youth sports in Pelham. This year, Nick Sinertia was nominated, and we gave the award to him in a lovely ceremony where Mr. Marshall's daughter came and presented it to Nick. And
John Marshall, who's it named after, was the orthopedic surgeon for the football Giants
Oh,
and also for the Olympic teams.
wow.
And he actually, his plane crashed coming from the Olympics up in
Lake Placid.
Lake Placid. He was very, very much involved in the town and the town recreation programs and the youth, so that award was named after him.
I babysat Lori and John for many years.
Yeah, so it's a very prestigious award, and I spoke to Nick after, and he was very, I would say, pleased and proud.
Yes,
He
he
deserved
was
it.
very, very appreciative.
Yeah.
And several of his friends and family were in attendance.
But it's interesting, his brother, who passed away, also received the award.
Yes, that was mentioned.
Yeah. Okay.
And Brita Bennett, who is a longtime
Commissioner.
commissioner of baseball,
She's baseball, but she was
Baseball.
also commissioner
Commissioner.
on
the rec
recreation.
department. She read a lovely, lovely tribute to him. So we thank her for stepping up and doing that, and Dr. Marshall's daughter for coming and giving us history and,
She used to live in Pelham. They no longer live in
No,
Pelham,
she
I don't
doesn't.
believe. Yeah,
no.
yeah, Gloria.
Oh, they sold their house on Ancon? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Yeah, she came in for that.
Okay, thank you very much. Any
Last
questions?
time it was awarded was 2019.
Just on your Halloween thing on the Recreation Department, if no one got the opportunity to go to the townhouse to see how it was decorated,
Well, the outside looked great.
Yeah, the
Yes,
outside
it
looked
looked
I saw
fantastic.
that.
A lot of people stopping by, taking pictures. It was great.
the gentleman who donated all of that
Yes.
was here Thursday, and he said to me, "I've straightened out your pumpkins." And I said, "They're your pumpkins." So, Will Kavanaugh, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
He
Yeah.
we couldn't take all of it. He actually gave half of it to Rye Playland.
You have so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Had you ever seen his exhibits?
Yeah.
Okay. Councilwoman Burke on
It's not very
the
fair. I
court
have
and
to
legal.
follow that very nice tribute there. Okay, so the courts, so they are hiring a part-time clerk that might have actually happened today.
Starting on Wednesday.
She's starting on Wednesday, all right. That moved pretty quickly. And so I believe at this point now, their personnel issues, I mean, their sort of personnel is settled and, so things are moving smoothly there. Apparently they have their first jury trial in 3 years due to COVID. That's gonna be next week. Judge Gardner apparently started a new process where every defendant gets a paper with the next court appearance on it. It's to avoid sending things through the mail, I guess. Judge Kagan is on, I guess he's on a special coverage next week for adolescent and juvenile offender cases countywide. They're both trained to be able to handle these types of cases. And so that's it from the courts.
I have a question.
sure.
Where do they get the jurors from? Is that like the Westchester County?
My son was called.
Oh, no way. That's a great question. I have no idea.
For
This
here?
one? I was
Yeah.
called too.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
For this one?
really?
Yeah.
I'd rather be called here than going down to the Southern
Absolutely.
District,
I
which
didn't
I've
think
been
that we
called
did
like
them.
3
I didn't
times
think we
already.
did them anymore.
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
But they couldn't get a stenographer, so they put it off.
They've been having trouble getting
So I
stenographers.
don't know when I'm supposed to go back.
Interesting.
Well, they called.
I had some, I don't even know if I'm allowed to
Yeah.
do that.
Probably not.
You
I
are.
mean, you think?
Nobody knew the answer.
Well, yes.
There's
You're
no-
supposed to
there's
say
no,
you're
like-
objective, but
Yeah, I mean, there's no, there are no get out of jail free cards,
Yeah.
really.
Right.
All judges get called.
Yeah,
and
so I don't mind going, because
Yeah.
then if I do it here, then I don't have to do it anywhere else.
yes.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
Or whatever,
Yeah,
you
that
know.
was a little.
so, and then just a
People-
couple of
People
the,
don't like serving on juries half, most of the time.
Oh, I do. I think it's your civil duty.
Well, I mean, it's, yeah, but I mean, it's,
I like to
you
go.
know, depending on like your economic situation. And
Yeah.
if you're not
Yeah.
getting
Oh,
paid,
yeah.
I just feel
Well,
like you
yeah,
want
there's-
reasonable
yeah.
people on your.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an hourly.
yeah, you
I
get
just hate
40
being,
people.
I've been on 3 of them and they
Okay.
settle before
Okay,
we.
we want to talk about our experiences. We can do that after the meeting.
okay,
Dan.
just, quickly, some of the other projects, the clean heating and cooling campaign is finally gonna actually kick off at the end of this month. We've been waiting for other municipalities to get their paperwork signed, so you'll be getting that very, very shortly. We're gonna be posting some, things on our website soon about it. And we have a high school part-time student who's been assisting us, has done more work. She's really helping the town historian, Art Cinta, organize some of his files. So that's all good stuff. And then I guess I'll read the reports.
Sure.
So for the receiver of taxes for the month of October 2022, town county taxes for 2022 received were $2,447.99. School taxes received were $6,475,965.21. School collection fee was $54,398.10. Penalties and interest, $12,308.22. Miscellaneous, $159. And then for a total received of $6,545,278.52. And for the justice receivables, for the month of September 2022, Justice Kagan received an amount of $33,189. And for the month of September 2022, Judge Gardner received an amount of $44,315. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Give rid of this report. Okay. Councilwoman Curtin, the library.
So, the schedule for the library, their meeting is tomorrow night.
Always happens for you.
Well, last month it was the night of our meeting, so.
Oh.
But it's okay, so I will be there tomorrow night. The interesting thing that's going on at the library, we all were here on October 12th for the budget meeting where the library director, Augusta Turner, and some of the board members came and presented a really thorough presentation on all of the things in the programming and the capacity that the library's been doing over the last years during COVID, and I feel like we were all
Blown away.
impressed by it, and also grateful to have that. But just to give you an idea, and I asked Augusta what the attendance was for program attendance. So in 2020, now obviously it was COVID, right? So it was 267 attendees. Last year in 2021, which is kind of like the end of COVID, it was 660 attendees. And that's just the month of October. And this month of October 2022 is 1,256 attendees at their programming. So I just want to say, I feel like they're doing a great job. They're offering things that people want to go to, the outside story time. I know the supervisor's grandson is a big fan of it, and so I just feel like we live in a great community with a great resource in our library, so I'm happy about that. I attended the groundbreaking for the new municipal center. It was great. I saw a lot of you there. I wanted to just follow up. Last month I talked about there was money in the SAM budget from Senator Biagi's office, and we had a discussion during our budget meeting in October that potentially we might be able to do some work at the townhouse, and Supervisor McLaughlin and I are gonna meet there this Thursday with our facilities,
What time was that again?
9:30 I think. I'll double check though.
No, it's 9:30.
But I did have an opportunity to visit with Art Cinta, the town historian, in his office at the townhouse, where he showed me what he was dealing with as far as papers and artifacts and space. And so perhaps we could help. I know that
We're
we put
working
a
on
line
it.
item in the budget
It's
for that
tough.
to help him digitize, but I think potentially on Thursday we'll talk about if we do some renovation there, how we could help him with just storage and
Yep.
just optimizing the space that's up there. So
Yeah.
I think that could be part of the proposal.
That'd be great.
And then for outside of our meeting about the budget in October, I'm gonna be looking into, I think the answer for recreation is potentially an app where people can register, very much like you register now with all the teams, like there's Sign Up Genius, there's all kinds of, athletic apps that you join the team and then you can sign up or So we're gonna,
Okay.
look into that and
We'll
see
talk
what we
about
can
that.
do for next year. And that's it for me until tomorrow night.
So for the library, I got, I think, a communication, a email update on things that are happening. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's our newsletter, it's.
That's
Yeah.
It
great.
goes out every month.
Maybe I hadn't been getting them, but I am now, and they're great.
I think I accidentally signed you all up.
Good, thank you. I'm
Accidentally
really
on
glad you did.
No, there's jewelry making, they're doing
Yeah.
a craft tonight for November. The Junior League is doing a program for younger kids. There's book clubs, I mean, definitely check out the Town of Pelham Public Library website.
You want to bring it up?
And don't
They
forget the
answered me.
museum passes.
The museum passes, you can check out free museum passes if they're available.
Yeah, we're trying to digitize that so that you don't have to come in and pick up the
Oh,
passes.
that's
every
good.
day, which
Oh,
is-
wonderful.
yeah.
Any other questions? Thank you, Maura.
You know?
We have on-time, in-time updates.
And I got an answer already. Was who I was texting the committee, Ray Florida. And he said, he suggests the MuniCon go first.
Okay.
Because then we will, and the RFP to be modified to indicate that we have a MuniCon.
Okay.
And he said more companies will respond and they'll know that they have to operate the MuniCon. So we will do that if that's, do we need to vote on that again?
I would say let's do that for the
Okay.
change. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
thank you, because,
That's great.
Great.
so then I'll work with him tomorrow and we'll get it out, Annie.
Okay, what is this approved for?
Certificate of need resolution, which you should have in your package. And it needs to be sent out.
Our paper record is, I forget his name.
Okay, couple of things.
I'll do it.
Everybody knows there's a vote tomorrow. If you don't know there's a vote tomorrow,
my
you have
God.
not been living, okay?
Phone calls,
They're open from
please.
6 a.m. to 9 p.m.
At the townhouse.
Well, there's.
And OLPH.
And
And-
OLPH.
Yes.
Molly and I discussed that we should have a constable
Constable?
there. Because,
Oh.
so with,
We always have them from
A special- a certain time.
5 PM on, but we decided to
have them
have them
all
all
day.
day.
So do they know that yet?
She spoke to them.
Oh, you spoke to them already. I thought you've just decided that now, and I'm like, okay, we should give them a call. Okay, good. All right, good.
We should take care of one other thing before I do my supervisor's report. There was a letter in your package of forgiveness of late fees. As I said to you previously in other meetings, we do not have the authority to do that. So I would say no action being taken.
Really?
Anyone have any questions?
No, is there a way for the tax receiver to,
Right downstairs. You mean to put checks in?
no, for the tax receiver to let the taxpayer know that there really isn't anything we can do by law to,
I thought I thought we had her have a letter.
I think she does.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I
I just
remember it
want-
from a few meetings ago, like, you're right.
sometimes we get these emails and I feel like they think we can somehow, make us, make a case. and that
exception,
we-
yeah.
We really, except for COVID, right, there was a law that said you could take COVID into consideration when assessing, late taxes, wasn't there?
I don't remember that.
No, I don't
And
remember
even that
that.
was just a reduction in the percentage.
Oh, that's right, it was the percentage.
It was a percentage
That's
that had to
right.
be,
What a good one.
but there was no COVID. The only is if we screwed up, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And
Only
if
if it's
And if we don't screw up, we as a board do not have the authority to do anything.
Right.
The budget has been put on the website as of October 31st, am I correct?
It's filed in my office, but, yeah, you want
It's,
it-
no,
yeah,
no, no, it's filed though.
It's filed with the clerk's office.
Okay.
But I can put it on the website.
I think we should,
Yeah, let me know if you can help.
So it's the tentative budget?
right.
Yeah, or do you wanna wait till the adopted budget comes out and then put that on? I mean, there could be changes, there.
That's true.
People don't.
Let's do the
really
adopted
understand
budget,
this.
let's not do the tentative budget.
They don't understand kind of, they can come into town hall and get a copy if they like. Molly has it in her office.
There's a, just put on our website, there's a tentative budget. If anybody would like to have a copy, you can get it at the town clerk's office. How's that?
I think that's better
Yeah.
because
Okay.
until it's finalized.
So I've been relatively busy. I've gone to the Rotary's tasting. I've gone to the Danny Fund fundraiser, the Pelham Civics fundraiser,
crazy.
the library board meet and greet. I've been invited to go to the American Legion dinner Friday. Saturday, I'll be at the American Legion ceremony at 11 a.m. at Veterans Park. And I've been invited to go to the Pelham Manor's fire inspection dinner, which is being held December 2nd.
Is that the first time you've ever been invited?
That's the first time I've ever been invited. That's correct.
Are we having a holiday party?
That's the
Oh,
next
speaking-
question.
All right.
Augusta sent an email to me
Oh,
and
really?
Minnie
Yeah.
this morning that
It's that time of year.
You want to pick a date?
Why don't you guys see what's good for you? And then
Sounds
we'll-
like the
that will-
supervisor has a very busy calendar.
That's what we'll do.
Good thing you retired, Dan, because I don't know how you
get-
would
oh,
do
yeah.
this
You
with
get
a
that
full-time
right.
job.
Full-time,
got that
full-time,
right.
full-time job.
How does
Wendy.
December 14th or December 7th look?
Are those like
Well, I have a library
Tuesdays?
board meeting on the
Wednesdays.
7th.
Wednesdays? Good.
Okay, how's
The
the
14th.
Do we usually do it Wednesday?
It doesn't matter when we do it.
The,
We don't
the
pick a
village has
specific-
theirs, I want to say, a Thursday, the next day, the 17th maybe? Oh, wait, I'm in the
No,
wrong
the
month, sorry.
17th is
The
Saturday.
15th,
The 14th is a
maybe?
Wednesday.
The 15th is Thursday.
Yeah.
You don't have a civics board meeting in December? That, would it be that
The board
late?
meeting would be the 7th.
Oh,
The general meeting would be the 14th, though, now that you bring it up.
okay.
You're gonna do-
How about
Actually,
the,
do it after you adopt, but-
how about the, what?
The
After you
14th?
adopt, but-
The 15th? That's okay with me.
But I
Thursday the
think-
15th.
Oh, wait,
No.
that's when the village is
Village
doing
did.
And we
theirs.
won't be able to get in there, so.
They're doing it at,
Real house?
La Fontanella, I think.
Too small for us.
It's so small. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
What about the 13th?
Tuesday the
That could
13th?
be
That sounds
better. That could be
that all right
good.
with you,
That,
Dan?
that could be good.
That's my babysitting day.
Oh, Tuesday?
I thought you were Thursday.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, Tuesdays and Thursdays, pardon me.
I said let's go to 14th.
I have
Okay.
my work
No?
holiday dinner. It's at 5:30, so I can leave early. That's fine. It works. It works.
The 14th, see what you can do. Because you are here to serve,
Yes, I am,
That's-
absolutely.
okay?
I thought Sergio's was great.
Oh, Sergio's,
The
Yeah,
best.
That's right.
that's where
Okay,
they do a great deal.
all right. Now, does anyone, we have any public comment?
How do you speak for the public here?
Yes?
If it's Wednesday, the 14th, is it okay if we close at 4 so we can get there on time?
No,
It's Wednesday last year.
of course.
Young lady, would you like to tell us who you are?
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself earlier. I'm here to write like about the board meeting for the Pelham Examiner.
Oh,
Great.
For
good.
who?
For the Pelham
Pelham
Examiner.
Oh, okay. Okay, if there's no comments, further comments, I'd like to get a motion to go into executive session to talk about personnel issue.
So
So,
moved.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thanks,
you.
everybody.
Make sure you write good stuff, huh? Now you can talk about all your other
The
things.
digression
Yeah.
into the